Hey, welcome to the Vent Box with Keisha Jackson. Let it out, get it off your chest. Who are we talking to?
My name is Mike Griggs, and I want to vent about it.
Hey, Mike Griggs.
How you doing, Keisha?
I'm good. Hey, family. Let me adjust this camera. So what's going on? What you venting about?
I'm venting about, where do a black man go when he got a question or he need help? Where do he go?
Okay, that's something really interesting. Of course, as a woman, it's not something that I really have ever thought about. Where's the question coming from?
Well, as a black man, we often have questions or needs, and we just don't know where to go to get an answer, who to turn to for help.
Like what, for instance?
For instance, let's say you have a legal question. You have just a simple legal question.
Okay.
Or you have a pain or an ache and it's a medical question.
Okay.
You can't all the time call it. You don't know a doctor to call. You don't know a lawyer to call, and you can't always afford the consultation fees.
Okay.
So where do you go?
So you're talking about like medical questions. You're talking about like just regular advice, like as a man, just all
as
of it.
As a man, Rick, all of it. Advice. You need help with employment. You just, whatever question or need you got, where do you turn to?
So you feel like a man has limited resources in comparison to a woman?
Very limited. Very limited resources.
Okay.
Because one of the difference when a black man has a question, a lot of times he don't know how to ask the question. And for whatever reasons, we hold the question within us because we're embarrassed by having the question. For instance, if you don't have the money to hire a lawyer, a lot of times you'll tell your other friends, your brothers, hey man, I got this legal problem, and you just say it and it passes by. Nobody that has helped answer that question for you.
Nobody offers the help to you. Nobody extends the hand. Okay.
Yeah, they don't know how. So a lot of times a simple question becomes a major problem because you didn't answer it when it was simple. I guess, give you a good example. Okay. You just had the actor, the Black Panther, died Sunday?
Yeah.
Died recently. He died from colon cancer. How many black men know the symptoms of colon cancer or have somebody to turn to if they think they're having those symptoms without going to a doctor? We really don't have anybody just to talk to about it.
So do you feel like black men are ashamed to talk about like their health? Where do you feel like that comes from? Because I do feel like black men tend to retain a lot of their stress and hold things in. And women, we have our girls' nights. We have our, we tend to talk more and share more than black men do. And I would assume that when it comes to, because I've never been married, I assume that when it comes to your spouse, a black man is probably more reluctant to share with his spouse than maybe his friends. Like, I don't know how this goes, but that's just a, suspicion.
Well, we're reluctant to share with anybody.
Okay.
Not just the spouse.
Okay.
But we hold a lot of things in because we deal with so much adversity all day long. So a lot of times we just withdraw within our own selves and don't even realize we did that. We don't realize we did it. Keisha, I've been around groups of men 40, 60, 70 at a time, and we get into subjects that will blow your mind what we talk about. But you would never hear us talk about those subjects when we are out in public or we're around women or whatever, because other men draw the question out of us.
Okay. Okay.
So our brotherhood helps us a lot.
Okay.
And that's one of the reasons I started a group called Brothers for Brothers back in 2008.
Okay.
The sole purpose of Brothers for Brothers was to give a black man somewhere to go if he had a question of any type, legal, medical, whatever.
That's
if
nice.
He was trying to get a job, dealing with his employment, or he just had a question about how do I deal with my baby mama?
Oh,
he just had a simple question. So,
like legal questions, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what we found out is the lawyers have questions too. The doctors have questions too. I've had, like I said, 70, 80 guys at my house at one time in meetings, And one of the things we do with Brothers for Brothers is we leave the title at the door. You're not Dr. So-and-so, so-and-so. Do not introduce yourself as attorney so-and-so, so-and-so.
That's
Come
right.
in, socialize, relax, and just enjoy yourself. And
that lets the guard down, and it allows them to be more vulnerable without announcing it or putting it out on Front Street like, yeah, because you are not your title. That's not who you are.
Yeah, but see, the other thing too is, if you come into a meeting and said, I'm Dr. So-and-so, so-and-so, that may be a brother and that's going to be intimidated by that.
That's right. That's good.
He's going to be intimidated by that. So he's not going to socialize with you, and he's not going to talk to you. Uh-huh. And then if you're showing your title, a lot of times you might not realize it, but you may look down at somebody else.
Yeah.
Because they're not a doctor.
Or you appear to look down at them. It seems like that, especially if you feel like you are as a person. You feel like you might be lacking. You're not where you want to be in life, and then someone else introduces themselves as a doctor or an attorney. Then you might feel like, now you ain't have to. You might feel like they're looking down on you because you're not necessarily so proud of yourself or where you are at that time in your life.
There you go. Sometimes we equate education with status. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you about our meetings. In our meetings, we got congressmen, we got lawyers, we got doctors, we got handymen, plumbers, construction workers, unemployed, we got sanitation workers. Everybody is invited to the meeting, as long as they're a black man. That's the only requirement.
Okay.
They gotta be black.
Okay.
And let me give you a good example of how we had to correct. When we first started having the meeting, we had to correct a few people.
Well, let me ask you this. So as a black man, that's the only requirement. And you did that because of what?
Because over the years, in my 67 years on this planet, even when I was in high school, all through college and grad school, I've always been that person that people came to for help. Uh-huh. And I found out that I was able to help a lot of them by finding out who could help them. So it wasn't about what I knew, it was about who I knew.
Okay.
So what I did was I started the organization Brothers for Brothers, where the only requirement to be a member of Brothers for Brothers is you got to be a black man, you got to have an email address.
Okay. So is that because you feel like black men have limited resources in comparison to men of other races or cultures?
But not necessarily resources. We just don't know. We just don't know where to go. Okay. So but in the Brothers for Brothers organization, if you are a member, you can simply send us an email and say, I'm trying to get a job with AT&T.
That's great, Mike.
We're going to find a brother at AT&T who can help you get that job.
That's great.
We sent out an email. Right now, our membership is growing. We're in the middle of a membership drive. Our membership goal now is to have 50,000 members by the end of the year. We're working in 10 different states right now to increase that membership. Our goal by the end of next year is to have over 250,000. Okay. Can you imagine if I can instantly send out an email to 100,000 black men asking for assistance in a problem, or trying to solicit somebody in the area where you are to help you with support? To give you an example, we've had many guys who've called me with legal questions. I got hit with 3 today, today. Okay. I got hit with 3 legal questions by members. For example, what we do, they'll call and say, I'm trying to find out what to do about my son. He got arrested on such and such a day. What should I do? How do I handle that? Or they'll call and they'll say, look, man, I need to try to find a plumber. I've had somebody call me 3 o'clock in the morning looking for a plumber, but they ain't got no money. They need a plumber.
Gotcha.
But that plumber may need their services.
Of course.
So we put them together and get the problem solved.
That's great.
So most of us have limited support, limited income as to how to solve a problem. So let me give you a couple examples of really how it worked again.
Okay.
I had a member whose stepdaughter was just got a master's degree. She's teaching at a junior high school, all white junior high school.
Okay.
She's a physical ed teacher.
Okay.
Physical ed teacher there.
Okay.
One day in her class, she had just started her class. Little white girl came to class, did not dress for the class. So she instructed the young lady to sit in the bleachers while she conducted her class.
Okay.
That young white girl called her a bitch.
Okay.
And when she called her a bitch, she sent the young lady to the principal office. Well, after she secured her class, she started going to the principal office herself to handle the situation.
To talk to the principal about, to give the principal a heads up about why
she sent the job.
Okay.
Why she sent the job. So she ran into the principal in the hallway.
Okay.
So the principal immediately told her she was suspended and she was to leave the grounds.
The principal told the teacher?
Yep, because the principal, a white female, believed the young white student.
Ooh, okay.
So she went home. Of course, she went home crying and trying to figure out what to do. Yeah. Well, her stepfather, who is a member of Brothers for Brothers, called me. Well, I immediately called one of my members who was on the school board. Yeah. He called another one of my members who was the attorney for the county. Okay. They instructed her to report to the Board of Education every day from her work hours until they got the situation straight. Great. And for about a week and a half, she reported to the Board of Education office, sat in the lobby all day long, signed in, signed out, just like an employee. And they were able to transfer her to a high school. Well, she's been at that high school now. That was 5 years ago, so she's still to this day. Wow. She would have lost her job had her stepfather not contacted me.
Yes, Mike, that's amazing.
Because what Brothers for Brothers try to do is put you at the top. I'll give you one more example. Okay. I had a young lady call one of my members, and the member called me. Her mother, 84 years old, joined SSI. Okay. They cut her check off in January because they said she was receiving a pension. Okay. Well, the lady don't know nothing about no pension. Right. And daughters have been in contact with Social Security Administration since January. Could not get anywhere. Okay. Well, he called me on her behalf when she mentioned it to him. Okay. I put her mother and the daughter on the phone directly with a U.S. Congressman. Oh my God. Because he was a member of Brothers for Brothers. Yeah, because he was a member of Brothers for Brothers. Ooh, that's powerful. Do you know she got her back payments and her checks have been restocked? That's the power of who you know. Yes, see, our motto is, I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who can help you. So it's just a matter of us. Okay, know somebody. That's good. That's good, It's just Mike. A matter of us putting our hands on that person. Yeah. That's beautiful. Mike, that is absolutely incredible because we don't, it sounds a lot like the type of work that the fraternities and like the Masons do. It's those kinds of connections that you kind of get with those organizations as well. But this, to me, this sounds just a little more hands-on and less red tape. But the main thing you got to remember, because you mentioned the Masons and the fraternities, but you got to pledge into those. Right, exactly. The only thing you got to do to be a member of us is to be a Black male with an email address. There's never a membership fee. It doesn't cost you a dime. And we don't care what your background is. We don't select you, you select us. I love it. And one quick thing, Keisha, because I know we got to wrap it up. What we're looking at now, one of the reasons we're pushing our membership drive, can you imagine the situation is going on up there in Wisconsin, and our membership, you got a prosecutor who has not filed charges. Yeah. And we contact that prosecutor and let him know we got 50,000, 200,000 members. And we mean business. Then we go in the community, get our group to bag somebody who can run against it. Most time Black people don't run for positions because they don't have the money to run. Right. But if I told every one of my members on a set day, set time to send $8.46 to the Keisha Jackson campaign for mayor
Yeah.
And
yeah.
out of the 250,000, 100,000 sent it, you got money to run.
That's amazing.
That's the difference.
That's amazing.
That's what we can do, because we can reach anywhere in the country.
Mm-hmm. That's our power when we come together. Like, we don't realize that until we see this type of example. Mike, this is awesome. And
the only thing we got, Keisha, the only thing we got as black men is that numbers.
Mm-hmm.
See, by myself, I'm just one.
Right.
With 750,000 other black men, I'm 750,000 strong.
That's it. Listen, that's it.
And you're going to listen to me. You're going to react to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you go to that website and you see this got 1 million views.
Yeah.
And you come back and I tell you I got 750,000 members.
That's it.
You're going to listen to what I got to say.
That's it. That's right.
Or we're going to use our power to try to change something. That's the only way we're going to get this system straight.
That's awesome, Mike. Can I please take some information or offer some information to the people that are listening? How do they get in touch with you? With Brothers?
We have a brand new website that has not hit Google yet. You know, once you go into a new site, it takes about a month before it hit Google. Yeah. But you can go up to the URL browser. Okay. Put in brother for, that's FOR, brothers with an S, brothers for brothers network.com. And it'll take you right to our site. You can join right there. It takes you about 2 seconds to join. Brothers for Brothers. Network.
Brothers for Brothers network.com.
.com.
Awesome.
If you go to that, put it in your URL browser.
Right, because you can't Google it just yet. That's right.
You be able to Google it soon, any day now. Mm-hmm. And it'll tell you it'll give you our mission statement. It will tell you what we're doing, and it will allow you. And one of the things we get ready to add to that site is where we can send out instant requests for information, instant requests for help.
I love it. I love it. And it's privacy wise, like, it's not like, you know, it's only the brothers that have access to.
Wait, no, let me clarify. Let me say how to go. And it says it on the site. Your information will never be passed on or given to anybody without your permission. Beautiful. Now, what you're telling me is, if you tell me you're a radio personality, and I get somebody that needs that help, I know that you're a radio personality, and I have your information. I will email you, connect you, and to go from there. Nobody else would have that information.
I love that. I love that. That's beautiful. And it's a way for Black men to be able to ask for what they want, not feel ashamed about it, and really feel like they have that support and that power behind them to be able to get ahead. I love it.
That's exactly what it is.
I love it, Mike. That's beautiful.
Just remember our motto. I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who can help you.
Okay, that's phone knows somebody. Come on. If you don't know somebody by then, you ain't gonna know them. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, listen, I want to say thank you so much for calling. And this wasn't so much it was more informational for the people that are listening than it was even an event. But I mean, it's so needed. And I'm sure this will allow men to vent to you about what they need, as opposed to having to worry about calling me. I love it, Mike. I love it.
That's the whole purpose of it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Empowerment. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, again, I just want to say thank you for calling. And this was beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you for allowing us to express ourselves.
Yes. Brothers for Brothers network.com. Put it in the URL and get what you need. Love it.
That's it.
All right, love. I'll talk to you soon.
Have a blessed day.
Bye.